China is so powerful. But why doesn't it have an ally? When the United States mobilized 32 naval forces to exercise in the South China Sea, Russia was busy signing military agreements with Belarus. But there was a problem that always made the West panic. That is, China, which has the world's most complete industrial chain and has built up the entire North China Sea in a year, has never formally allied with Russia in 71 years. The answer starts with the Soviet tank wreckage excavated in the Zhenbao Island cave in 1969. It was also necessary to see through the plan to destroy the country hidden in the North Mall in Huaqiang, Shenzhen. In March 1969, the sound of gunfire on the ice in Heilongjiang completely woke up the alliance dream of the Chinese. When the Soviet army crossed the Zhenbao Island on behalf of the T-62 Tank Brigade, it was only 19 years ago that China and Russia signed the Friendly Alliance Treaty. The 42-degree assassination in Beijing revealed the truth that the so-called Brotherhood of the Soviet Union was just a trap for Lushenport and Budong Port. What's even more ironic is that when the Soviet Union sank millions of troops at the border, even when planning and attacking, the old brother who shouted unbreakable friendship was more ruthless than the United States. This betrayal was not a coincidence. In the summer of 1978, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs was called upon by Albania to ask China to continue to provide assistance equivalent to 5% of the country's GDP. It should be noted that this multi-EU country lost $1 billion in aid to China in the previous 24 years and built 170,000 sculptures with our steel and cement. As a result, these sculptures were later turned over to the former builders. What's even more ironic is that Vietnam, eating 500,000 tons of rice from China, used the Chinese-made 56-round assault rifle to turn around and bury tens of thousands of mines at the border. In 1979, when the People's Liberation Army attacked Longshan, the rice sack was still printed with the red word of Yuan Yuekangwei. The serial number of the rifle is the new 56-round assault rifle that was just sent in 1975. But what really made China determined was the 2022 world examination of Russian conflict. If China and Russia are really military allies, at least one-third of China's $200 billion in military spending will have to be cut out to fill the war hole. This means that the development of Fujian-built electronic detectors will be suspended, Huawei's 5G base station will be shut down, and even SpaceX's new chain will not be launched. Our satellite plan will have to give way to missiles. What's even more fatal is that the EU's €5.8 billion trade order will disappear in an instant. Germany's 40% of the profits come from China, and France's 35% of the customers sell to the East. This kind of binding is more durable than any agreement. China's no-alliance spirit is hidden on 9.6 million square kilometers of land. When the Germans show off their automobile industry, and the Japanese show off their elite aircraft, China silently puts 75% of the world's purchase orders into the bag. When ASML mounts a 7-nanometer laser, China's semiconductor army produces 28-nanometer chips like dumplings. When NATO is still discussing the production of ammunition, a small business city can ship 500,000 tons of steel in 3 days, and 2 weeks can cover the entire Middle East battlefield. What's even more chilling for the West is the ability to destroy the industrial chain. Shanghai's Zhenhua port aircraft monopolizes 80% of the world's ports. Ning's electronic production is more than Japan and Korea combined. Shenzhen's Dezhong UAVs are the best in the world. This kind of hard to defeat, which makes the alliance a burden, is like the factory in Jusanjiao, which doesn't need to fight with anyone. The sound of the water running can naturally make customers line up in the early morning with orders. From the North Korean warfare to the 17-nation alliance, to the 10-nation fleet in the South China Sea, China uses blood, tears, and wood to make a truth. Weak countries need to be united, and the strong claim that the world is weak. When you order a 9.9-pack domestic chip from Taobao, every order from China is participating in a global battle without signing an agreement. There is no such thing as an eternal ally in this world. Look at the J-35 on the deck of the Shandong ship, and look at the anti-missile test site in the desert of Xinjiang. China has proven a truth for 70 years. When you are weak, allies are expensive luxuries. When you are strong, the whole world is your client. The best ally is always the next stronger self.